everybody, and welcome to Marshall's Maverick Stadium. Chuck, Zach, Keaton sides, Keaton Daniels, Frank sides, and a crew of dozens as we are bringing you game number 2 of the 2024 Longview Lobos season. And this one's got a little bit of history to it, kind of like the one last week against Lufkin. You get to more than 100 times seeing each other, you kind of are familiar.
Absolutely. You get a team, Longview, Marshall. Nothing else has to be said. You know it's a lot of bad blood. You got two teams that come in each other that historically they don't like each other just because of the closeness, the rivalry, however many times we played, well over 100 plus. Would you say the third longest rivalry in the state of Texas? There's a lot of bad beef between the two. So expect a lot of hitting, a lot of fights after the whistle, just a lot of back and forth between these two teams. Marshall is tired of us being on top of them, so they're going to come in and try their best to try to avenge themselves and try to get themselves a win to go to 2-0 this year.
This is meeting number 114 between the two. It is, some will argue, the third or the fourth, depending, longest rivalry in the state of Texas history. It started back in 1909 in Marshall, but not here, at Browns Park in Marshall. That was a scoreless tie back then. Tables have turned, though, after the Mavericks won 14, lost 1, and tied a couple. Since 1969, it's been really almost all Lobos. Longview won 19 in a row from 69 through 87. They've won 22 of the past 23 that they've played against Marshall, losing only in 2015, a game no one wants to talk about if you're a Longview fan.
Absolutely.
You don't want to do that 28-25 game.
No.
The biggest margin in this series, Marshall actually won 58-7 back in 1952. Longview has a 56-7 win. That was in 2016. The year after we lost to them, we put the biggest whipping on them we'd ever had in the series history. Last week, it was a tale of two different games. Longview and Lufkin in a rainstorm, 7-3. Longview with the win. And it was a not beautiful game for the time capsule. Longview scoring just the one touchdown on the last play going into the half as Boosie took a fumble of his own to the end zone from 48 yards away as the half expired. On the other side, the Lobo defense was outstanding. They forced all punts in the first half, gave up just a 5th down field goal. And if you didn't watch that game, you may not understand what we're talking about, but between the third and fourth quarters, the chain gang and the folks up in the score booth missed the downs that had been played, and they gave Lufkin a 5th down in which they converted a field goal, but the Lobo defense held the Panthers just 149 yards of offense. Meanwhile, for Marshall, taking on a Tyler team, they fumble the opening kickoff and give up a touchdown like 5 seconds into the game and still win 41-14. They ran for 336 on the ground. They held Tyler to 4 first downs and 1 yard passing. Yeesh. Not good.
No, man. And going back and watching that game, those front 4 defensive linemen for Marshall, they was playing with their hats on fire. They was making plays in the backfield throughout the whole game. I got a chance to talk to, I'm a name drop, to Stephen Hodge, who is the defensive coordinator, a former Tatum great. Yep. He calls plays for this Marshall Mavericks. So I got a chance to talk to him before the game, just tell him how impressive that I was and tell him to take it easy on us tonight. He gave me that look. He told me, man, you know what time it is. We're going to play you guys as hard as ever.
He didn't agree to that, did he? He's basically saying we're going all out.
No, he's definitely going all out
right.
for sure.
Of course, this is also a matchup of different experiences of coaches. John King, with 223 career wins, 47 losses, 21 years now as the head coach of the Lobos. For Marshall, this is the second game for Jason Hammett as their head coach. He'd coached before. He had a couple of years in the past, but not here. He's got an overall record of 3-18 as a head coach, but he got a win in his opening game as a Maverick, and so now he's looking to try to get maybe the biggest win in program. I'm not going to say history because they got a state championship, but in a long time.
Yeah, whenever Longview plays Marshall, and if Marshall ever comes out on top, I kid them all the time that, man, that's y'all state championship. Y'all, we're going to hear about this. Matter of fact, I know some people that won the last time that they played, and they still talk about that game. So if Marshall was to improve to 2-0 and beat us tonight, it's history. All of East Texas is going to hear about this. We're not going to hear the end of this
for at least a year.
For at least a year, for sure.
And Jason Hammett will never have to buy a meal again in
no,
Marshall.
not at all.
He'll go any place and be able to eat for free.
Absolutely.
Maverick Stadium, of course, has been around for a while. In 1980, they built this stadium. It was a grass surface for a while. They got a beautiful turf field now. They put that thing in 2020, their newest field that they've got in. Two-story press box was built in 2018. The renovations to their ticket booth and their visiting locker room happened this year. They're doing incremental improvements to what had been a place that was kind of getting a little bit run down. They're doing their best to try to keep it up with the times. On the other side of the home stands is an indoor, it's semi-indoor practice facility. They've done a really nice job of trying to keep this thing going when it looked like it was maybe going to fall on really hard times.
Absolutely right. The renovations that they have done has made this stadium, made this facility, made this school look beautiful. This is nice.
And here come the Lobos as they are led out by the L. You see Longview in the visiting white uniforms. All right, well, we talk about John King and the run here. While he's been the coach, this is the 8th different Marshall head coach in 21 years. Rodney Southern had 5 years, Cedric Harris 4, Alex Richards had 2 years, Clint Harper 4, Claude Mathis 2, Jake Greedle 3, Jack Alvarez, last year's coach, 2 years, and now Jason Hammett. None of them with any success against John King except for that one win we had talked about. So the domination of this series is almost complete.
Yeah.
And coming into this, Lobos lead this series 66-42-5. Last year it was all Lobos 48-7. Second straight year we're playing in this stadium. Longview with 22 first downs to 6. They gained 454 yards of offense compared to just 137 for Marshall, and it really was a totally dominating performance by the Lobos a year ago, which has kind of been the norm the last 5 games in this series. By scores of 48-7, 48-11, 14-0 back at Lobo in 2021, 53-21 and 53-0. So, yeah, those are big numbers.
Yeah, big time.
All right, we're about to get the Mavericks coming out as well. Let's get ready with the starting lineup, by the way. And here's how things are going to line up as the Mavericks come running out. For Longview tonight, here's the offense. It'll be Fernando Longoria at left tackle, the 250-pound senior. Cedric Reitner, the 275-pound senior at left guard. Eddie McMillan, the 235-pound senior at center. Jamorian George, 295 junior at right guard. And Beckett Cox, 230-pound junior at right tackle. Brian Williams, a 245-pound senior. Basically another offensive lineman is the starting tight end. D.D. Williams, a 6'5", 190-pound senior, and Kiefer Doxey, a 6'1", 170-pound senior, are the ends. Boosie Washington at 5'9" and 160. The junior is the starting tailback. Actually, senior is the starting tailback. Washington at 5'10", 190. He's a junior. He is going to be the fullback. And, of course, the quarterback, 150-pound, 5'8" senior Maverick Rowe. Defensively, here's Marshall. They've got Trayvon Tucker and Hawkins on the ends. Brandon Richardson in the middle. Their linebackers, Jaden Cooks, Landon Jones, Corday Wilbert, and Caden Hood. In the secondary, Damian Smith and DJ Gudo are the corners. Jordan Deckard and Jalen Brown are their safeties. Mavericks defensively have Tyson Johnson starting at one end tonight. Jaden Woolridge is the other. Those are a sophomore and junior. In the middle, Nehemiah Green's moved to nose tackle. He's a 245-pound senior. Linebackers are the heart of this defense. On the outside, it's Isaiah Horton, a 185-pound senior, and Jemias Morrill, the 165-pound senior. In the middle, Brendan Reese and Kason Brooks, both of them amazing seniors. Reese at 220 and Brooks at 195.
Dear Heavenly Father, before we take the field tonight, we'd like to give you thanks for all of the blessings in our lives and giving us what it takes to play this game that we love so much. We ask that everyone involved keeps a positive attitude, stays safe from injury, and always remembers that you are the reason we are able to play this game. Win or lose, let us show self-control with a grateful heart and learn lessons that we will cherish for the rest of our lives. In your name we pray, amen.
Secondary for the Lobos, Robert White and Decaden Carter are the junior cornerbacks. Bradley Williams and Brian Peoples are going to be the safeties for Lobo tonight. Peoples a 170-pound senior and Bradley Williams 150-pound junior.
Please remain standing as the Big Red Pride plays our national anthem. Colors were presented tonight by the Marshall High School.
All right, that was Marshall's band playing our national anthem for us. I want to remind folks that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the folks over at CableLynx of Longview Cable and Zaxby's. CableLynx broadband by Longview Cable now gives you the power to manage your Wi-Fi network with the CableLynx Command IQ app. You can visit CableLynx.com/blast for more information. And Zaxby's wants to shout "Go Lobos" and invite you to try their Kickin' Chicken. The Longview location, 4th Street in Hawkins, right next door to Lowe's. All right, we'll finish it off real fast. The offense for Marshall tonight. Eric Perkins is going to be their 320-pound left tackle. Clay Pena at 236 is the left guard. Hudson Hammett's the center. He's 225 and a senior. 327-pound Jay Howard is at right guard. Antoine Sims, a 241-pound junior, is the right tackle. Judson Illingsworth, 209-pound senior at tight end. Rajon Sims and Tyler Jonigan, the receivers. Samaj Gatson, a 170-pound senior, and Isaiah Bush, 192-pound senior, are the tailbacks. Alton Henderson is the quarterback. We've got our captains for the Lobos out, and as Keaton told us yesterday, we do this numerically. It makes it easier to figure out who the captains are. And they've got our backs to us tonight. So it's Maverick Rowe, Jakari Crockett, Jalen Taylor, and Boosie Washington are the 4 captains for Longview. There's a Lobo coaching staff. We don't want to leave them out. John King, certainly the head coach. Oscar Wilson, the assistant head coach and the running back coach. Chris Valerie is the OC and the quarterbacks coach. Jalen Claiborne coaches the wide receivers. Chad Hancock and J.R. Tatum are the offensive line coaches. David Ashley, the tight end coach. On the other side, John Barry is the defensive coordinator. Josh Rankin does special teams and safety. Scott Hart, linebackers. Brandon Bonds, the defensive line. And Pat House, the defensive backs.
Longview wins the toss.
All right. And as last week, Lobos win the toss of the coin, decide to defer and go on defense first. It worked a week ago. Why not again?
Absolutely. Love to see us go out there and set the tone early. We started out with the 3 and out last week. Look to do the same. Get the tempo going on the defensive side. Set the tone. Let the offense come back and do the same thing too. Love to see us start fast tonight.
Not a whole lot of wind, a little bit of a breeze. There's not supposed to be any rain, although Frank keeps telling me there's a 15% chance of showers. Not like last week rather, so we shouldn't have those kind of issues. It's about 80 degrees, so it's a perfect night. Not too humid, a little bit of a breeze, no real call for showers. Everything should line up for an ideal night of football here in Marshall.
Picture perfect night. You can't ask for a better Friday night than being right where we are right now. Low 80s, clear skies. Man, this is picture perfect.
All right, so you tell me, Keaton Daniels, before we roll, key to this game is what?
Key to the game is for us to eliminate offensive penalties, pre-snap penalties, eliminate turnovers. If we can do that, play the way that we played on defense last Friday, the rest is history. As long as we don't beat ourselves, we should be okay.
Dre Mitchell getting ready to kick for Longview. We are underway. Game number 2 is official. This will come down to the 2-yard line. Grabbed out at the 2. And getting down shy of the 20-yard line. Returned by Marshall's number 2. That's Samaj Gatson. And it'll be first down. They're going to mark it down around the 18-yard line.
Now you're going to see a lot of running from Marshall. They're going to stay under center a lot. They don't spread the ball out like a lot of teams traditionally do now. They're kind of a carbon copy of us and like to be physical and run the ball. They try to out-scheme you by sometimes getting a lot of linemen on to overload and things like that. So the key for Longview is just stay at home, stay in position, play physical, and the rest should be here. Should tackle, keep the defenders in front of us, and we should be okay.
Alton Henderson at quarterback now. First down and 10. Bright red uniforms for the Mavericks. Handoff is to the fullback. That's Isaiah Bush, who's getting a little or nothing. He went for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns a week ago. His first carry tonight, however, is maybe a yard. It'll be second down and 9.
Excellent job by this defense up top, up front, being able to set the tempo on early and only giving up 1-yard gain here to bring up a second and long.
Samaj Gatson is number 2. He ran for a 95 yards a week ago against Tyler. Into the game for Marshall, they brought in David Carlisle, their extra tight end, as a lead blocker. Henderson going to roll. He's looking to that tight end, and it's a little bit low and knocked away at the last second anyway, as flying in there for the Lobos was outside linebacker Jemias Morrow, and it'll be third down and 9.
Excellent job there by the defense, being able to cover everybody that's behind them, that's running deeper routes, breaking on the ball that's in front. Ball was just thrown a little short, but we was able to rally behind it and make sure it was going to be incomplete. Brings up third and long here. This is a key down to see what Marshall got, because they really didn't have to throw the ball as much last week. Let's see what type of passing game they have right now.
Henderson was 7 of 18 a week ago for 104 yards, but he's an effective runner.
Absolutely.
7 runs for 30 yards. You keep an eye on that. Third down and 9. A little motion. Look early before the snap. Toss out of the backfield. That's caught and will be very close to a first down around the 27-yard line. I believe that was Gatson with the catch. It
brings up fourth and 1. Marshall is not bringing on a punter right now, so look for them to try to maybe get us offsides here, as they are running a punt team also. Scratch that.
So the Lobos open up with a 3-and-out like they did a week ago. And Marshall is going to at least bring in their punter. That's 36, Jesus Grimaldo.
And Longview is in a safe mode here. They don't have anybody out. They just want to protect themselves and maybe make sure there's no fake going on.
No funny business.
No funny business.
John King's thinking here. Grimaldo's kicking it away, and it'll be a line drive spiral that's actually going to go out of bounds. He had a chance to pick up a lot of real estate, and Grimaldo just kind of hit that ball and hooked it to the left, and it goes out of bounds at the 6 or 7 yard line. So not a great punt with an opportunity to get a lot of rolling yardage. All he had to do was put the ball in the middle of the field and couldn't do that.
Excellent field position there for the Lobos. I watched the punter punt a little bit pregame. A lot of his balls didn't really get a lot of airtime, and it really wasn't long. So that's about what I expected when I saw him punt pregame.
All right, so here we go. Lobos first down First possession, Maverick row at quarterback. He's got one back next to him, and there's a handoff up the middle, pushing across the 40-yard line, maybe down to about the 41. And coming out the bottom of the pile is Buster Mumphrey.
Buster Mumphrey with a gain of about 4 yards there. Anytime you get 3+ yards on a running play, it's a successful play in our book. So starting in the positive territory right now. Love the way we're going on second and 6.
Second down, couple of backs back there with the quarterback now. Handoffs up the middle. This one's out to the 45, the 50, and across midfield to the 47 as Mason Washington on his first carry rumbles for about a dozen.
Strong run there by Mason Washington. They being able to establish their physicality early and being able to get not getting hit until he gets to the second level to give us a first down.
So gain of 11 on the run. First down at the Maverick 48-yard line. D.D. Williams going to split out wide left. He's got single coverage over here with Damian Smith, who got the only interception last week for Marshall. Back to pass row. He's looking the other way and got hit. Ball comes out, scooped up by the Mavericks, and they will have the ball at about the 25-yard line. And I believe that's 33 that got that ball. That's Corday Wilbert, one of their linebackers, and the first turnover of the game flips this game over in a hurry.
Yeah, one thing that we talked about pregame, not getting is turnovers, and that's exactly what we didn't do. We turned the ball over early in our first possession to give Marshall the ball inside the 30-yard line here with a chance to being able to punch the first points on the board.
Yeah, put it down at the 24-yard line of Longview. So it's first down for the Mavericks on the turnover. To the ground they go. Up the middle, Bush dives to the 15-yard line for a gain of 9.
Positive run play there from Marshall. Running back was able to kind of stumble his way past the first line of defense and get himself a good 9-yard carry.
So second down and a yard for Marshall. Ball at the 15-yard line. Henderson under center this time. He looks to his left, throws one for the back corner of the end zone. Little hand fighting, but no flag. It'll be third down and a yard.
Excellent job there by the defense. Brings up 3rd and 1 here. Longview is changing their defensive package up, going to a more heavier look. Being the 3rd and 1, guarantee that these guys is going to run the ball at us right now.
Lobos trying to get what would be if nothing else, an attempt of a field goal if they can hold on 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 15-yard line, although this may be 4-down territory for the Mavs. Henderson handoff, hit in the backfield.
Stop there.
Nothing happening that time as Isaiah Bush met Brendan Reese. That's a loss of at least a yard, and now it's 4th down and 2.
Excellent job there by your Mike Backer reading that play, reading and reacting fast, getting the TFL, a tackle for loss, bringing up 4th and 2 or 3. What is Marshall going to do now? They're lining up like they're going to still go for it.
We watched Grimaldo in warm-ups. He was good from inside 40. This would be about a 25-yard field goal or a 35-yard field goal, but they're going to pass on that, it looks like, although the play clock is winding down. And it looks like they're going to probably take a timeout and think about it with another little minute or so break. So here's the first timeout of the game called. And we're going to take a break. We'll come right back. Scoreless game, 4th and about 2 yards when we return here on Longview Game Day.
And now at OR, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at OR Cadillac GMC in Longview.
right, welcome back. Marshall, thinking better of it than going for it, has decided to bring out Grimaldo. And now Longview having trouble getting the right personnel on the field, and I think they may take a timeout. The Lobos were a little bit, they're going to have to do it. They were worried about having the wrong or maybe too many people on the field and giving away that first down. And so back-to-back timeouts. You see these in early season games. People aren't necessarily sure if they're supposed to be on the field sometimes. And if you made any switches this week on special teams, probably somebody standing on the sideline going, am I supposed to be out there? Last week I wasn't. This week I might be.
Right. And it was smart for Longview to take that timeout because not having the right personnel, having too many players out there, if that would have been a penalty on us, that first down give Marshall the ball back. So us calling the timeout was the right call there as they're coming back out. Not trying to trick us and run anything here. They're lining their field goal team up.
It'll be a 32-yard field goal. Oh, boy, Longview moved on the end, and if there was contact, that's a problem. There was a whistle. Well, I didn't see a flag, but here it comes. The far side of the line for the Lobos moved, and they made contact, and they just handed off the first down.
King is pleading. He's pleading his story to the line judge there.
Well, let's say maybe there's a flag down.
And they're discussing it, so not knowing what's going on here.
Yeah, the kicking team for Marshall stays on the field, so I don't know if they got drawn off. It's the argument that Coach King is making. But the far side of the line
on Marshall
budged, and sure enough, this one's going to go back 5 yards. Boy, that could have been disastrous for the Lobos. Instead, it's a false start penalty on the other side. And so they'll push him back 5 yards. This actually becomes a little bit more interesting now. I said he was pretty good from outside or inside 40. This is going to be now a 37-yard field goal. And here's the kick. It is on the way and got pulled to the left and no good. So the Lobos dodged the bullet on the turnover. They almost bobble on fourth down and a yard, and instead Marshall comes out of that with no points, and that is a huge mental uplift for the Lobos.
A big stop there by your defense. They was put in this position last week 3 straight times, and 3 straight times they did not give up any points. So they did a good job by coming out there and playing in a mayday situation, an alert situation. Anytime you have to flip field positions to flip your opposition, they came out there and they did a great job in getting the stop and coming up with no points.
Well, it wasn't a pretty start so far, but Longview's going to try again on offense. First down at the 21-yard line. 7:28 left to play in the first quarter. We're going to go back to the ground and diving down inside or outside the 27, maybe to the 28-yard line. Pick up on first down. I believe that was
Boosie.
It was Boosie that time. Yep.
Great first carry from him, picking up a good 6-7 yards there.
Yeah, putting it down at the 28-yard line. So it's a 7-yard gain on first down, which gives you options in the playbook. Second down and 3 to the ground again. Looking for some space up the middle is Mumphrey. He'll fall close to the 30. It'll be third down and a yard.
One thing about us, man, with us having 3 capable backs, keep everybody fresh. You never know. You keep the opposition honest. You never know who's a threat to carry the ball. So kind of love that here as we get a gain of 2 here that brings up a 3rd and 1.
All right, so big third down. Lobos looking for their second first down of this game. To the ground, you bet. Right up the middle, that's a first down up to the 35-yard line as Washington falls for a gain of 4, and they'll move the chains.
3rd and 1, we lined up in the heavy package. No wide receivers. We're coming in with big offensive linemen, 2 backs, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna see who's the tougher out of the 2, and we was able to get a first down on that.
Longview making a couple of switches as they'll check into the game. 83, Lejean Owens. He comes in with D.D. Williams. Out goes Donovan Denmark. Williams going to split out wide right. Boosie looks like he's going in the slot on that right side as well. They're really going to put some pressure on the defense here, although we got a lineman or somebody. It's looking like he's lining up offside. There it is. There's the flag. This is going to be coming back, and it's going to be a big waste of a play. Bryant Williams was obviously a yard offside on the lineup, and I'm shocked that none of the Lobo coaches told him to back up. Maverick Rowe's run across the 50 is going to be coming back.
Well, that was an impressive run there by Maverick, but it's a mute point. It made a great spin move, but hey, it was all for nothing. We lined up offside. That's going to come back, and here we go. Here we go with a penalty, a pre-snap penalty, a self-inflicting wound here. That's going to put us back 5 more yards, so bring back 1st and 15.
And that one makes you even crazier than anything else, because that's not even a false start and you moved. You just lined up wrong.
Yeah.
And didn't look at the sideline to make sure you were okay. That's the first rule for receivers. Anybody splitting out, you look and make sure you didn't line up wrong.
Look at the ref. The referee always tell you if you're too far off or if you're offsides, if you need to scoot back, if you're just not lined up right. Those are self-inflicting wounds that you just cannot have if you want to be a winning club.
1st and 15, Rowe back to pass. This one's caught by Boosie. He'll spin up to the 37-yard line as they get 8 yards on that completion.
That was a blitz there by the Mike backer. Maverick did an excellent job there by staying tough, staying high, being able to deliver the ball right there where the Mike backer blitzed from, and to find Boosie. He was able to get a great game that kind of put us in a manageable 2nd down situation.
4:45 left to play in a scoreless first quarter. Longview facing 2nd down and 7 at the 37-yard line. Back to the ground. Boosie trying to bust it outside, and that goes nowhere. Well done by Jalen Brown, the 160-pound safety who came up in run support and just shut that thing down for no gain, and now it's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, that was just a run play there that we just did not get a lot of movement up front early. Saw them run from the safety, and he read and reacted fast and was able to get a TFL there, putting us at 3rd and 7. So you know this is going to be a money down, passing down, so look for us to try to get something through the air right here.
Mason Washington checking in for Longview. See where they'll line him up. Fullback in front of Boosie. No receivers right, 2 left this time for Longview. Pitch coming left. Boosie with Mason in front of him, gets the block, gets the 1st down as he carries with him the defender out to the 45-yard line. That's Corday Wilbert on the tackle, and it'll be 1st down Longview.
Who knows his team better than anybody else do? Coach King is on 3rd and long. Instead of calling a pass play like mostly everybody else do, he runs a pitch play to his sideline, being able to get out leverage there, being able to out leverage Marshall. Was able to get a gain of 8 yards, being able to get us the 1st down and move the chains.
Into the game for Longview, Jordan Hobbs. He's lined out lone receiver on the left. Doxey on the right. Back to the ground again, right up the middle, pushing to near the 50-yard line. That play looked like it was dead at the 45, and just the power of Buster Mumphrey got that thing up near midfield. Gain of, let's see where they're going to put that, down on the 49, so gain of 4.
That was a wheel play. It's just a wheel. Just nothing was going right. There was no hold there. Buster Mumphrey just said, I'm just going to get whatever I can, put my head down, and I'm going to get as many yards, and he picked up 4 there. So positive run play there. Excellent job by Buster just getting what he can.
They'll load the receivers all to the right this time. Lone back gets the handoff. Mason Washington kind of stumbled a little bit trying to make his cut as he went left, and he falls into the arms of Landon
flying around the
yard line. Rowe, faking the handoff, and they were not buying that one. That got eaten up in a big hurry as Marshall's number 7, that is Javante Robertson, met Rowe. They saw that last week where the Lobos did a little bit of bootleg action, and this time Robertson stayed right with Maverick Rowe. Ends up being a yard loss, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and that was just the right call there by Marshall. Maverick made the right key. He saw this end crashing down, and so reading him, he took the ball and he was going to come with it, but Marshall had a linebacker that was scraping off the edge to not let anything get outside. They've been watching film, and they saw Maverick was able to get some long running plays, and so they stopped us there and made us punt it.
And Dre Mitchell's punt goes down to Javante Lias, who will make the fair catch at the 23-yard line. That's where Marshall will start their next drive. 1:25 left to play in the quarter.
Quick first quarter, like you said earlier.
Scoreless ball game. So first down at the 23, back to the ground go the Mavericks, nothing doing. Short gain that time by Bush, and at the bottom of that pile, let's see who was down there. That may have been 90, I think, Tyson Johnson on the tackle, gain of 1.
Yeah, excellent job there by by Tyson Johnson, being able to get a stop there. He was able to fight out the block there and give him a minimum of a 1-yard gain.
So clock under a minute here in this scoreless first quarter. Second down and 9. But Marshall's not in any hurry moving. They'll split their 2 receivers out left. Outside is Tyler Jonigan. Alton Henderson at quarterback. He's back in the pistol. Backs up a couple steps. Throws one deep toward the sideline. Couple of guys back there, and it's incomplete. Brian Peoples got there and got a hand on that ball intended for Rajon Sims, and it'll bring up third down and 9.
Looked like we had a cover 2. We was in cover 2 there, and an excellent job there by Brian Peoples playing over the top. And the cornerback that was underneath, he was able to make it tough, making the quarterback having to put more air on it. Bring up a third down and 9 here. So let's see what type of play call Marshall has up their sleeve here.
They were using Sims in the slot and trying to crisscross their receivers and let Sims kind of drift outside near the sideline, and Peoples came way over from his safety spot to break that up. So third down and 9 now. Again, this is not where Marshall wants to be. Henderson deciding to keep this quarterback drawn. He's got a first down and more. He's to the 45, the 50, and is finally taken down in Lobo territory. And we're going to get a late flag at the end of that as a tackle made by Decatur Longview, 31-yard line. So first down and 10. That was a 50-yard or 49-yard play by Marshall. And we're down to 23 seconds left to play in the quarter now. First down and 10, Lobo 31-yard line. Handoff to Gatson, not much. Yard, maybe 2 to the 29-yard line. It'll be second down and 8.
One thing that Marshall has only pretty much had success in is kind of spreading us out, spreading the defense out, and getting the running back run as they elect to not to run the play as we're going to end this first quarter off.
So Gatson's carry on first down will be the last play of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. We'll take a timeout and come back as we flip the field here on Longview Game Day.
Our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, or visit tsjh.org to find a specialist today.
Hi, I am Emily Kidwell-Ramey, Longview's local independent insurance agent. I specialize in home, auto, life, and commercial. I'd be more than happy to help you with any of your insurance needs. And go Lobos.
All right, welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Chuck, Zach, Keaton Daniels with you live here on Longview Game Day on second down and 8. It's Gatson trying to go wide and having all kinds of trouble getting away because down there at his feet, I believe that was Kason Brooks around his ankles, and he manages to make 2 yards out of what was basically nothing.
Yeah, excellent job there by him. I believe Isaiah Horton, I can see it. He was able to get that play, being able to hold his legs down, to be able to let the defense get there in the crowd. The running back just decided to go down and just take whatever he get.
41, not 31 on that. So it is now third down and 6. Marshall needing to get to the 21. Lobos flipping defenders. And handoff again to Gatson. He's got a little bit of a space, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and dives inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line.
I mean, he got through, danced his way there, was able to make the defenders miss along the way, being able to get tackled down there on the 2-yard line. So he was able to get an explosive play there for Marshall to get them down to the 2 and bring it 1st and goal.
Horton with the tackle, but not till they got to the 2-yard line. They'll go back to the ground. Gatson again. He's going to push his way into the end zone, and Marshall takes a 6-0 lead with 11:02 left to play in the first half.
Touchdown by Marshall. Couldn't tell if he fumbled the ball, but the offensive lineman was able to pick it up. But the referee had his hands up and called it a touchdown there. So the first points on the board tonight goes to Marshall Mavericks.
So Grimaldo on for the point after try. Snap a little bit high. They get the kick down and barely get it over the crossbar to make it a 7-0 lead. We'll take a timeout. 7-0 Marshall in the lead when we return here on Game Day.
House party? We got you covered. Office meeting? Come on, treat them right. Game day? You know we're here for it. Get your taco, nacho, or fajita bar today, only at Juicy's Taco.
All right, welcome back. Here's a reminder, tonight's broadcast is brought to you by CableLynx by Longview Cable and Zaxby's. CableLynx broadband by Longview Cable now gives you the power to manage your Wi-Fi network with the CableLynx Command IQ app. You can visit CableLynx.com/blast for more information. And Zaxby's wants to shout out Go Lobos and invite you to try their Kickin' Chicken at the Longview location at 4th Street and Hawkins right next to Lowe's. Here's a kickoff. Grinaldo bangs this one back to the 1-yard line. And bringing it out, it's Boosie Washington, and he is dropped hard at the 20 on the 20-yard return. That last drive for Marshall, 7 plays, 77 yards. Took up 3 minutes and 35 seconds of play.
And it was big plays, the reason why they was able to get down and put up points there. So Longview got to be able to keep the defenders in front of me, keep the running backs, keep the quarterbacks in front of you to be able to eliminate those big plays and make stops and to prevent them from scoring.
Well, Lobos find themselves trailing for the first time this season. First down and 10. Ball at actually the 19-yard line is where they placed it down. And on first down, Rowe back to pass, looking to his right. He's got his tight end caught over there and knocked out of bounds at about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. It's Buster Mumphrey is coming out of the slot. He picks up about 7, maybe 8 on the play.
Excellent job there by Buster being able to corral that pass. It was a sprint out. He started out from one side of the line of scrimmage, or one side of the ball, and ran across the way. Maverick was able to get it to him for a positive gain to bring up a 2nd and 4.
They mark it down at the 25-yard line. Mumphrey with the reception. And to the ground we'll go. Lobos get a little slap. That's Mumphrey again, who pounds his way for 10 as he ran over the safety. Jordan Deckard on the way to the first down run.
A tough run there by your senior, Buster Mumphrey. I was able to stick the running back, or stick the safety there, number 10, Jordan Deckard, and was able to get more yards after that. So Buster is letting them know, man, it's going to be a long night. I'm going to give you everything I got, and I'm not going to be denied by any means whatsoever.
Mumphrey now with 5 carries for 20 yards. So he leads the Lobos in that category. First down and 10, 35-yard line. Fakes the run. Pass caught. That's D.D. Williams at the 50-yard line for a gain of 15. A little after extracurricular pushing by a couple of linemen, but no big deal as Rowe makes the completion to D.D. for 15, make it 16 to the Marshall 49-yard line.
Love the play call after a big first down. Come back with the play action pass there, finding your big 6'6", 6'7" receiver target, and D.D. Williams being able to run a post route right there, and Maverick was able to stick him there for another first down.
Back across the midfield stripe for the Mavericks. On the ground and falling down again just as he was trying to make his cut. That's the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen Lobo backs get going. This time it was Boosie. There's not any moisture out. It's a pretty dry night. It's not humid, but he just lost his traction and fell down for a loss of 2.
Yeah, it's probably maybe a little bit slicker there on that logo. You know, the paint there is probably a little bit more stiffer. So I'm just going to give him a credit there that he just, because normally it was an uncharacteristic slip from him. He normally is great about keeping his feet. There was nothing. The middle was stuff. He was trying to bounce it outside, and he just fell.
2nd down and 12 back at the Longview 49-yard line. Well, handoff again up the middle. This is Mumphrey again as he goes for about 4, maybe 5. It's probably closer to 4 at the 47-yard line of Marshall.
3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7 here. Love to see the play call from Coach King. Love to be curious of what he's thinking. How many yards he gets off of this. If we don't get a first down, are we in 4-down territory? Do we need to try to get something on the board? Because this quarter is going by fast just as well as the first.
Very fast. 8 minutes left in the quarter. And it has been a very fast-moving first half. It is only 8 o'clock. We've been playing for, a quarter and a half coming up on it, and we've got 30 minutes in.
Yes.
We may be home by 9:15 tonight. We got not ready for the snap, and the center tossed it back that way. Eddie McMillan, I don't think Rowe was ready. Marshall says they got it.
There's a flag down, so maybe lined up off sides there.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But the offense certainly was not ready. I mean, the receivers, Jordan Hobbs was coming out far to our side. He had not even gotten out to his spot yet, and that ball got snapped. We'll see what the crew says about that. And it may be when that ball snapped and we're still moving. That may be motion on Longview.
Could be offsetting penalties.
False start. Yep. You kind of thought that might be what it was as you look at our receivers trying to get out to their spots, and that ball got snapped before it ever happened.
So the good thing about that, we still get an opportunity to try to convert this down. That doesn't bring up a 4th down.
So we go to 3rd down and 13 now. Back at the 48-yard line. This time everybody's lined up. Rowe back to pass. Blitz coming. He's in a little trouble. Steps up. He's got a lot of room to run. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and down inside the 15. Ball came out at the end of that, and it's going to be, I think Marshall recovered that thing. You got to be kidding me. And there comes a late flag, another one. Multiple flags come flying out at the end of that. Rowe kind of deked the defender to think he was going to slide and kept going. And then as he kept pushing for yardage, that ball came out and got popped forward down around the 10-yard line. And it looks like the offense is coming off the field.
Got to say that Maverick, excellent job there by him stepping up in the pocket and getting that first down. But, man, when you get out there, you got to know people behind you. They're going to be coming from that ball. You got to bring that ball up a little bit higher. As he was running, that ball was just a little too loose for my liking. So Marshall got the ball, trying to figure out what the call is going to be here. There's going to be a personal foul variety, but needless to say, it's Marshall ball now as we turn the ball over.
Marshall foul, dead ball after the play, 15-yard penalty, spot the foul. Red's ball.
They didn't say who the penalty was on. we got a penalty call, but we didn't see who that was. Now, Cordray Wilbert, who I think recovered the first fumble, may have just recovered his second of this game. So they put the ball down on about the 7-yard line. And now we're going to see if this thing gets marked off against the Lobos, who are standing around the 30, so they think it's coming their way.
Self-inflicting wounds, self-inflicting mistakes. It's going to cost you. It's going to come up to you, so you got to be able to stop beating yourselves. And 2 turnovers tonight, 2 turnovers in the first half. You're yet to put up any points. Longview is looking like it's a repeat. They're repeating themselves from the way that they played last week. Hate to see that. I know Coach King is not going to tolerate that, but, man, this offense, they got to get it together here. Got to help your defense out.
All right, so the ball's going to be recovered at the 7, and then they'll mark off the 15-yard penalty on the Lobos. So a mess. Ball at the 22-yard line, 7-0 lead already for the Mavericks. Henderson rolling to his right. He'll throw, intercepted, picked off by the Lobos.
Brendan Reese.
34, Brendan Reese grabs that ball. He threw it right to him. So the Lobos get the ball right back again.
Your do-it-all Mike linebacker coming up with a play on his own there, showing you he has good hands, showing you why he plays a little bit of offense as well. He was able to see his play action. He gets back into his zone. The quarterback wasn't able to throw the ball over his head, threw it right to him. First play of the game, first play of that drive, the turnover, we'll take it. Give us the ball on the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Lobos are living a charmed life here. They really are. They've had a couple of turnovers that really haven't bit them at all. They did not give up points on the first one, and they don't give up points here on this second turnover. And they get a short field and the ball right back again. So at the 29-yard line, Rowe going to roll to his right. He's trying to outrun a defender, and he's not going to be able to do it as he's knocked down at the 31-yard line. Great hustle play over there by Marshall's defensive end, who just ran Maverick Rowe down and into the Longview bench. I believe that's 17 coming out of that pile for the Mavericks. That's defensive end Jaden Cooks, the 200-pound senior who showed an amazing burst of speed to catch up to Rowe.
Man, that kid is impressive. I watched him play last week, and he jumped off the table, that defense, making plays after plays, beating double teams. So seeing him having to take a break is actually going to be good for us. So we need to capitalize on it. We had a misplay there. It looked like we couldn't get the play call right as we elected for our second time out.
Yeah, Coach King's hot right now. He couldn't get the play in as he was about to run out of time again. And the Lobos are going to have to burn their second time out of this half. It comes with 6:54 to play in the first half. Trailing 7-0. And we saw this in the game against Lufkin a week ago, some self-inflicted wounds, as you called them, that just have allowed the Lobos to not be able to complete drives. Here we are in the first half against Marshall, and it looks like deja vu all over again.
It's very uncharacteristic. You would like to say it's uncharacteristic, but if you're doing it 2 weeks in a row, it's starting to become a habit. You would love to see us break that habit because the first thing you're going to do is beat yourself. You're going to put yourself in a long-distance situation that you sometimes are not going to be able to come out of. This Marshall team is playing fast on defense. They're constantly bringing us pressure on passing down, not letting Maverick sit in the pocket clean. So he's going to be able to have to get plays off fast, or we're going to have to be able to play faster or play mistake-free to be able to beat this Marshall team.
All right, so it's 2nd down and 12. Rowe's got 2 fumbles in this game. The first wasn't his fault. He got hit on a sack. The second one was his. So on 2nd down and 12, handoff back to Mumphrey. Let's go back to your bread and butter. And Mumphrey goes across the 20. He needed to get to the 19. He got there, moved the chains. And right now, Buster Mumphrey is the bright spot for the Lobo offense.
Yes, keep feeding it to Buster. He is establishing his dominance early and often. He is continuing to keep running with this pass behind him, being able to inflict pain on everybody that tries to tackle him. And he's trying to wear them down, too. And he's starting to bust a little bit more runs here and there, too, as well.
Hobbs out to the right, Doxey to the left. Handoff to Mumphrey again, right up the middle as he'll dance to the 15-yard line for a gain of about 3.5. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Short gain there. Buster was a zone replay. Buster was following the pulling lineman there. Jumped inside just to get whatever he can and was only able to come away with the 3 or 4 yard gain.
Mumphrey 8 carries, 40 yards. So 2nd down at the 15-yard line. Clock running, 5:57 left to play in this first half. Lobos trailing 7-0. Handoff this time, Boosie up the middle, trying to get to the 10. Squirts out, and let's see where they're going to mark him down around the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Love to see him get low. No hole was able to be formed there. He just got low and just got whatever he could for a positive gain and break up a 3rd and 2.
Huge spot in this game for the Lobos. This is certainly 2-down territory with 2 yards to get. Rowe gets the play. They've still got 15 on the play clock. Mason Washington at fullback. Rowe under center. They'll give it to Boosie. Gets a little bit ahead of steam, and he's inside the 5 down to about the 4-yard line for a gain of 6.
When it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's working, continue to keep riding it until the wheels fall off. Longview is in a heavy situation, means no wide receivers out there, and we're just running it at you, seeing who's tough, seeing if you're going to be able to stop us. And again, we're coming back out there in the same look.
Same look, same set, same play. Handoff Boosie looking for a little crack off left tackle. He'll be short of the goal line at about the 1.5. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Continue to keep doing the same thing. If I was Coach King, I would run that play one more time again. I'm not going to stop running that play until they stop me.
Well, I'm going to run it 3 more times if we got the chance. We got 3 more plays here.
Yes.
Keaton, if we got to do it 3 times, we figure we can get 2 yards on 3 of these.
Absolutely. I am pulling Jamori and George every single time as they do.
There we go. Right up the middle. Touchdown, Lobos. Boosie hit from 2 yards out. We're a point after from tying this.
Excellent job there by the Lobos being able to get as we have a penalty here.
Another late flag comes out. This has kind of been the norm in this game, and it's been this norm in this series. So we'll see what we're going to do with this one. You kind of think this may be offsetting little extracurriculars as Dre Mitchell comes in for the point after try. Well, you brought us food. I'll tell you what, Keaton, you're my hero.
I got my buddy James here, man. They got him on speed dial.
He's my hero. Forget you. He's my hero. All right, so they offset apparently on the extracurriculars. And now Rowe's going to hold for Mitchell. 4:13 left to play. Kick on the way. It is up. It is good. We are tied at 7. We'll take a timeout. We'll come right back here on Longview Game Day.
And now at OR, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at OR Cadillac GMC in Longview.
All righty, welcome back. We remind you this broadcast is brought to you by CableLynx, by Longview Cable, and by Zaxby's. CableLynx Broadband by Longview Cable now gives you the power to manage your Wi-Fi network with the CableLynx Command IQ app. Visit them at cablelynx.com/blast for more information. And Zaxby's, shouting out Go Lobos. Come by and try their kickin' chicken at the Longview location, 4th and Hawkins, right next to Lowe's. Touchdown drive after the interception by Brendan Reese. 7 plays, 29 yards, 2 minutes and 25 seconds to tie this game up.
Excellent job there by the Lobos, capping off that turnover, being able to get points on the boards to even this score up at 7.
The kick goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Longview, if you just eliminate penalties on offense, eliminate getting yourself in long field situations, you're gonna be successful. Defense, just stop, just not give up big plays. We're gonna be just all right.
You know, the touchdown drive last week, we didn't tackle well. It was one drive we didn't tackle well. We didn't tackle well in Marshall's one scoring drive so far.
Correct. We gave up a big 3rd down.
Yep.
And then another big run play there to get them down to the 2. If we can just tackle, bring all 11 guys with us to the party, defense will be okay. The defense is the least of my concerns. I just want to stop the pre-snap penalties and the turnovers by the offense.
Yep. All right, Bush is in the backfield now for Marshall. 7-7 ball game. 4:15 left to play in the half. Alton Henderson back under center. He'll pitch to Bush, trying to go right. Little bit of a lane, and it closed in a hurry, and that'll be no gain. 2nd down and 9.5. I think the ball may have come out at the end of that.
And I believe that was Kason Brooks there with the first defender to get there. And the ball looked like it did come out, but somehow Marshall still has it.
Well, I guess they fell back on it, or the official said no fumble.
Yep. But that was an excellent read there. Brendan Reese was the first one to try to get there, but Kason corralled him, and then here come his teammates coming to get another stop there.
Johnigan and Sims out wide left this time. Heavy package. Henderson back to pass. 4 receivers in the formation. Oh, almost picked.
Excellent.
Brian Peoples jumped that route and had a touchdown if he holds on to it. As he read beautifully the short little out. They ran 3 guys up the slot going deep, and they ran a little breakout to John again. Peoples saw it and just couldn't corral it.
Excellent read there by Peoples, who was, once he was a pass, he read his zone was the curl flat, and he was able to get there almost in time to get a pick 6. But instead he got a pass breakup, but an excellent stop there by him. Bring up 3rd and long.
Lobos running Jabrian Wilder on the field. 3rd down, 9. Henderson dumping one off. Gaston with a one-handed catch, but he's not going to get near the 1st down as he's bumped out around the 30-yard line, and it'll bring up 4th down in about 5.
Excellent job there by the Lobos, being able to rally to the backer there to give him a minimal gain there. Brings up 4th down, and they're definitely going to elect to punt here.
All right, so there's 3:21 left to play in the half. We talked about this a week ago. You get a chance at that 2-for-1 possession thing because we get the ball to start the second half. Robert White's back deep, and we got to blow another timeout. And I think, again, we had personnel issues.
Yep, and that's it there for the timeouts for us in the first half. We still got a lot of time here with 3 minutes left to be able to kind of run our offense and not put us in a hurry-up mode here. But Coach King is probably going to make sure that if he can do anything about it, Marshall's not going to get the ball back.
Robert White was back deep to return the punt. And I'm going to tell you something early on in this season. Robert White's going to break one before this year's over, and he may break multiples.
Yeah, he's dynamic with the ball in his hand. I've been watching this kid. For a couple of years now with this Lobo uniform on with the freshman and the JV team. He's somebody that once he gets it, he's definitely a threat to make some noise.
And I think watching Willie Nelson for the last couple of years gives him the sense of Willie can do that, I can do that too.
It's contagious. It's contagious.
So he'll go back again. Lobos have burned their final timeout of the half. White standing on his 40. Grimaldo, who punted once and kind of shanked one off to the left, standing back at about the 17-yard line. Snap to him. Kick on the way. This one spiraling and then out of bounds, and that may not have made the 50-yard line.
I totally agree with you.
They're going to mark this down at the 49, so it's a 19-yard punt.
Again, just like I said earlier in the first quarter, didn't see the punter get off any good punts during the pregame. So, again, just a lot of what I saw early, he's doing the same thing.
Well, Longview gets a short field. They've got no timeouts. 7-7 ball game. And they've still got 3 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. See if they go back to the ground. They do. It's Boosie. Breaks a tackle. Trying to get outside. He's got the 40, the 35, and he'll go out of bounds and then get taken down way out of bounds. No flag on a tackle that took about 5 yards out of bounds at the 34-yard line, gain of 15.
No surprise of a flag there. We are in Marshall. Marshall is they're going to get all those calls there. But hey, we just need to continue to keep playing our game. Play the way we were capable of, keep our composure, not put ourselves in a situation to where we were playing behind the 8-ball.
Lobos with 126 yards on the ground in this half. First down at the 34. Handoff again. I-back coming through. That's Boosie. He's got another first down inside the 20-yard line to the 19 as he gets 15 more.
And here we go now. It's a flag now that's been thrown, but Longview is starting to establish their dominance in the running game. Kind of like we talking basketball with a boxing reference. Longview is starting to hit them with a couple jabs. Now they're starting to hit them with some punches to the gut to being able to get off big runs. Marshall is not liking it as we're starting to see some little chippy play here.
We'll see what this flag is. Looks like Longview may have swapped lineman. Alex Lopez coming in. And Jamorian George just got kicked out of the game. Unsportsmanlike penalty on George. Alex Lopez, number 70, is coming to play offensive line. That's a huge loss as it's one of the 3 veteran Lobo linemen.
Hate to see that. Ref was right there watching the play. He said he threw a punch, so Refs are not going to tolerate that. As an automatic injection there, so it puts us behind after the first down. Looks like we're going to keep the first down and it's just going to move us back. So the clock's still on our side, 2:57 left. We're going to start 1st and 10 now from about the 34-yard line.
So what you got is the 15 yards from Boosie on the carry just got taken back off. They moved him back. We had the first down, and we're basically back to where we were.
Yep.
So there's that. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty leads to an ejection. And back at the 34, we'll go back to the ground. Boosie again, this time for only 5. That'll make it 4 to the 30-yard line.
Excellent vision there by Boosie. He was going to the strong side, which was the right side. Saw a hole open on his left. Saw room, saw some real estate there to get positive yards there for 4 to bring up a 2nd and 6.
So at the 30-yard line, again, handoff Boosie, this time coming right and can't quite escape. He tried. He spun out of a couple of tackles, but gets down to about the 27-yard line where it's going to be 3rd down.
Longview electing to continue to keep running the ball there, continue to keep running this clock. Brings it inside 2 minutes probably before we run another play here. That brings up third and about 4 yards here. I guarantee there's going to be another run play here.
So 3rd down at the 27-yard line. Handoff again up the middle. Really close to the first down. He needed to cross the 24, and he does to the 23. Lobos get a first down with 1:46 left.
Ref is signaling first down. Clock stops momentarily while they reset the chains. Clock is back running again inside 1 minute and 40 seconds left. It's going to be Longview is in no rush to run a play here as we're trying to make sure Marshall don't get the ball here unless we get out for a big touchdown.
So a couple of carries by Washington. First at the 23-yard line. Up the middle again, not much. I think it's Pereira that's come in the game, and he gets to the 22-yard line for a short gain. First carry of the day for Javorian Pereira.
Marshall, knowing that we've been running the ball, they're constantly bringing pressure at us now, so they're blitzing. Now Coach King is bringing in a little bit. Here's the counter punch now. Bringing in D.D. Williams here, so be on the lookout, maybe try to run something with him as he's in kind of a bunch formation here with 2 wides. And we're in the gun.
2nd down and 9. Road, dumping it off, caught. That's Owens to the 5-yard line, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 3. 1st and goal, Lobos. Clock stops with 44 seconds left.
Coach King seeing that they're going to bring pressure at him. He elects to run a play-action pass, bring a receiver out on the edge there, being able to get a big gain there to get us inside the 5-yard line. I believe that's number 83.
Yeah, to Jayan Owens. So 1st down for the Lobos now at the 3. 1st and goal. Run, then that little flare-out pass. From the 3-yard line, fake the handoff to Mumphrey. It's caught and touchdown, Lobos!
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Same play, but we're just going to riverside it. We're going to flip it. Coach King's a smart man when it comes to that play call, being able to get us a touchdown inside right about 37 seconds left to go before halftime.
Well, it is the exact same play in the opposite direction. Dejayan Owens caught the first one and took it 20 yards. The second one he takes 3, and the Lobos, who played pretty bad for a quarter and a half, have a lead with 37 seconds to play in the half of 14-7. We'll take a timeout. We're going to come right back. Lobos up by a score here on Longview Game Day.
When I was a child, one of my favorite Bible stories was David and Goliath. Sadly, if you or your loved ones are involved in an accident, the insurance company and the lawyers who represent them are Goliath. For over 25 years, myself and my partner Marty Young have stood between you and Goliath. The insurance companies know the difference between Godarzi and Young and all others. We hope you never need us, but if you do, we're here to help.
All right, welcome back. 7 plays, 49 yards. That's back-to-back 7-play drives for the Lobos. Took 2 minutes and 25 seconds. End of it is a 3-yard touchdown pass from Maverick Rowe to DeJayon Owens. Let's do this. As rough as it's been for Maverick Rowe with the ball in his hand running the football, he's 5 for 5 for 52 yards and threw his first touchdown of the season.
Absolutely. Shout out to Maverick, man. He's been playing tough tonight. Very resilient. Couple turnovers that he definitely wants back. He's going to tell me that he has to do a better job in taking care of the ball, but he has not wavered from his confidence, being able to play, get us up by 7 going into halftime. Hats off to him, young man. He's been playing good.
So 37 seconds left. Here's the kick. This is going to come down to the 2-yard line. Gaston's going to bring it out and got hit in the backfield. I don't know if that ball came out. It may have, the way he was acting. I'm not sure if he got it back or not. There's a Longview Lobo down around the 17-yard line.
Jalen Taylor was the first guy down there, first Lobo player there to be able to try to get a stop there. Not sure what happened, but now we got a Lobo down. We got a Lobo that's on the field now that's getting up a little slowly there. He looks like he's going to be okay, though.
The ball looked like it got juggled a little bit. That was Morrow, I believe, that was down on the ground, but he got up under his own and is walking off. Ball's going to be at the 16-yard line for the Mavericks with 30 seconds left to play in the half.
May have to set out a play, but it looks like he's going to be okay to be able to come back and play the rest of the way.
Well, it's turned around in a hurry. That interception by Brendan Reese flipped the momentum and the field after the Lobos had turned the ball over. Henderson back to pass. He's looking deep. Pressure coming. He's going to be spun down and sacked back at about the 13, maybe the 14-yard line as Isaiah Horton got him, and now it's going to be 2nd down and 12.
Excellent job there by Horton, keeping this containment there. As soon as the quarterback tries to take off and start running, here he comes off his edge and being able to close him down to be able to get a sack there. And that looks like we're going to close out the first half with that play there. Oh, no, here they come.
Yeah, they've got one and just got it off right before the clock, and they hand it off to Gatson. Nothing doing there, and that will be the end of the half.
Not the way we want to start the game, but it's definitely the way we wanted to close out the first half by being able to get points, and now we're going to hopefully capitalize off of it by getting the ball back and to start the third quarter.
So 2 back-to-back drives by the Lobos to end the half. They pick up 14 unanswered points. They'll get the ball to start the second half. And as you said, it's not the way we may have drawn it up, but you're up 14-7, as bad as that first quarter and a half look. Here's the stats real quick at halftime. Mavericks with 3 first downs, 12 rushes for 68 yards. Throwing the football, they were 2 of 7 for a total of 14 yards. They're 2 of 5 on third down conversions. For the for the Lobos, 13 first downs, 28 carries, 153 yards. Rowe is 5 for 5 for 52 yards. The Lobos 4 of 7 on third downs. And that takes us to the half. The Lobo band on the way out onto the field. And if you're John King, you're unhappy, but yet you're winning. Yeah, so that's okay.
Yeah, it's just it's the way games goes. You got waves, but it's not the way that you want to start. But it's not. You can't give up then. But you got to continue to keep fighting, and that's what his team is doing. Got to be proud of the way that they finished. Pretty much the second half of that second quarter from on in. They've pretty much been all on for you from their point, being able to score 14 unanswered points.
And the halftime folks coming out. Of course, we tip the cap to Rhonda Daniel, Deborah McCowan, Kiana Jenkins, and Kylie Taylor. They are the band director, the viewette director, the cheer head, and assistant coaches. All right, well, Keaton and I are going to go eat some of his nachos here that he got up here. We'll let the band take over, and we'll come back for the second half here in just a couple of minutes as you're watching us here on Longview Game Day.
Longview Independent School District is proud to present to the field in their 60th year the 2024-2025 LHS US. Officers this year are, left to right, Senior Lieutenant India Davis, Senior Lieutenant Ashley Ontiveros, Senior Lieutenant Yasmin Christian, Junior Lieutenant Wendy Castro, and in the center, your captain, Senior Jayla Beecham. The Vuettes will now entertain you with their fan routine 2, Bye Bye Bye. Duet of the Week is Senior Julietta Guerrero. Spirit Girl of the Week is Senior Jayla Brown. Teacher of the Week is Coach Tracy Carpenter. The Vuettes are under the direction of Mrs. Debbie McGowan and Mrs. Meg Lawrence. And now, the 2024 Longview High School Majorettes will perform a dance twirl routine to I Want to Dance with Somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, under the field direction of drum majors Laney Weber, Addison Chastain, and Etsy Islas, the Longview Independent School District proudly presents the award-winning Longview High School Lobo Band. This is the Big Green Marching Machine. All right, Lobo fans, on your feet as the big green marching machine marches the rock and roll off the field. The students and directors of the Lobo Band would like to thank all parents, community members, and LISD for their continued support this season. We would also like to thank our sponsors for this year: Peter Chevrolet, ABC Auto, Story and Hoover LLP, Weber Landscape, Jodak Office Supply, Eric Dodge Insurance Agency, PCA East ESI, Walmart 4th Street, Cumberland Insurance. Thank you for your kind attention to tonight's performance, and go Lobos!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the Super Sweepstakes award-winning Marshall Mavericks. We would like to thank this year's gold level boot backers: Absolute Concierge, Healthcare, Koenig Bulk, B&J Repair Collision, Davis Elite Energy, Godarzi & Young, LLP, Land Tech LLC, Love Cosmetics and General Dentistry, R&W Plumbing, Skinner Investment Properties, and Spin City Coin Laundry. The Maverick officers are Lieutenant Brooke Skinner, daughter of Isabel and Rhett Skinner, Lieutenant Ava Adams, daughter of Lindsay Lagoria and Todd Adams, Lieutenant Talia Burris Crockett, granddaughter of Jermaine Burris and daughter of Iwanda Burris, First Lieutenant Evie Ellis, daughter of Baloo and Nathan Ellis, and your captain, Jordan Cloud, daughter of Trinity and Rico Cloud. The Mavet social officers are Jolie Bennett, Anna Kakur, Morgan McGuire, Sydney Haggerty, and head social Kaylee Suarez. The Mavet of the week is Brooke Coart, and Spirit Girl of the week is Eliana Gonzalez. The Mavet would like to entertain you with their streamer routine to Dynamite, accompanied by the Big Red Pride Marching Band. Mavettes are under the direction of Jordan Jones, assisted by Haley Cooper. We would also like to recognize our Mavette managers, Austin, Zeke, Hart, Saul, Nick, and Noah. And final thank you to our gold level boot backers, Absolute Concierge Healthcare, Kenneth Volt, B&J Repair and Collision, Davis Elite Energy, Gordardthy and Young, LLP, Landtech, LLC, Love Cosmetics and General Dentistry, R&W Plumbing, Skinner Investment Properties, and Spin City Coin Laundry. Let's hear it for the Marshall Mavettes.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, the 2024 Marshall High School Big Red Pride. Tonight, the Big Red Pride will be performing part of their 2024 program entitled Echo, which will feature the music from Coldplay, Linkin Park, Johann Sebastian Bach, and Thomas Jefferson. Drum majors for the band are Cadence Wyndham, Jeanette Elliott, and Jabari Rose. Color guard captains are Oscar Argourman, Rainey Tuck, and Gracie Robinson. Soloist for the band is Cadence Wyndham. Marshall News Messenger Member of the Week and Veteran Member of the Week is Angie Pham from our drum line. Big Red Pride Rookie of the Week is Angela Becerra, and Color Guard Member of the Week is Kimora Ford. Congratulations to all of our outstanding band members. Now put your hands together for the Big Red Pride. Directors of the Big Red Pride are Carlos Maldonado, Ivan Calzada, Jordan Wyatt, Trayvon O'Connor, Callie De Jesus, Carlo Exley, and Alexis Martinez. Tonight's sponsors are B&C Cleaning and Simmons Auto. The Big Red Pride would like to thank its amazing administration and parents for their continued support. Let's hear it again for the Big Red Pride, and go Mavericks!
I guess we should go back to work. The bands did their job. We've been sitting over on the side, jawboning, and now it's time to actually get back in here. Lobos up 14-7 as Marshall's getting ready to come back on the field already. Longview's coming in just a couple of minutes. I saw some lightning to our north in the first half. It looked far enough away that it's not a thing, but I'm hearing from folks that there is rain to the north of us. Now, not really, really close, but there's rain out there. So hopefully it stays there.
With as fast as this first half is going by, hopefully the second half we can continue to keep doing the same thing and play fast enough and keep the rain away, and we'll be just fine tonight.
Yeah, we prefer no rain. After last week, no rain.
Yes, sir.
Here's what we saw in the first half. He's talking about the leaders statistically. For the Lobos, Boosie Washington, 13 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Buster Mumphrey had 8 carries for 40. Maverick Rowe, 5 for 28. Of course, he had a couple of fumbles that went along with it. Mason Washington, 1 for 11. Javarian Pereira had 1 carry for, I think, 5 yards. On the other side for the Mavericks, Samaj Gaston, 5 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown. Alton Henderson, 2 for 28, had a big run on a third down quarterback keeper, a draw. And Isaiah Bush, 5 carries for 9 yards. Throwing the football, Alton Henderson, 2 of 7 for 14 yards and an interception. Maverick Rowe, 5 of 5, 52 yards and a touchdown. Of those 5, DeJayon Owens with 2 catches, 22 yards, and his first touchdown of the season. D.D. Williams, 1 for 16. Boosie, 1 for 8. Buster Mumphrey, 1 for 6. For the Mavericks, Samaj Gaston with both of their receptions, 2 catches for 14 yards. And while we're doing that, and we're getting ready for the second half to begin, how about some halftime scores? Let's see if we've got anything of any note in the neighborhood. Spring Hill is... Remember next week. We got a big one next week. We're going home finally. It seems like it's been forever since we've been back at Lobos Stadium, but we'll be there next Friday night. And a new opponent coming in. And how excited are you about this one?
Man, I'm really excited. You got one of the best teams in the state of Texas. Don't look at their record because we're going to talk about that. They play probably the toughest non-district schedule in the Dallas South Oak Cliff Bears. They're coming into town to play the Lobos. It's a team that's showing that they're not scared of any and everybody. They want to be battle-tested going into the playoffs, and their record in the playoffs that speaks for themselves. That they've been a team that's been reckoned with for state championships in the past 3 or 4 years, man. That's a team that if you, knowing that they're coming into Longview, if they don't light your hair up, the lack of hair that I got, if it doesn't
tell me about it.
If it doesn't make your hair stand up, I don't know what will. You have a big-time game, and, man, I challenge any and everybody that if you're at home watching this game, please get your butt up out of that couch, out of that seat, out of that garage, wherever you guys at, and get your butt to that game and cheer the Lobos on. They got a big-time opponent in Sock coming.
And by the way, Duncanville's leading Sock 7-6 in the second quarter of their game right now. It's a huge matchup. We've been for years looking around saying, is Coach King going to find some opponents that are going to get people enthused?
And here you go.
You got Tyler, you got Lufkin, you got Marshall. They're the old standbys. You see them every year. Mm-hmm. But this year, he's brought a couple of different opponents coming in. Ruston, Louisiana in 2 weeks, a very good football team.
Defending state champion.
Yeah, and now you've got Sock coming in as well, back-to-back weeks, both at Lobo. It ought to be a full house crazy next couple of weeks back at Longview. All right, we're ready for the second half kickoff. And Marshall's going to be kicking off to the Lobos. And the kick by Grimaldo. Jesus Grimaldo's kick coming down to the 9-yard line. That's Kelvin Washington. He's going to get the 25-30, trying to get the edge. Gets around Grimaldo and is pushed out of bounds, and they'll mark him at the 49-yard line on the Marshall side of the field, and that's the way to start the second half.
Excellent kickoff return there by Boosie Washington, showing you why he's been doing this for 3 years on this level. He is special with that ball in his hand, and anytime he gets it, he's a threat. He's a home run threat to be able to take it the distance at any time. And giving us a ball at field at midway on the 50, great way for us to start the ball off in this third quarter.
49-yard kick return to open the second half. First down right on the 50-yard line. Maverick Rowe at quarterback. And on first down, Buster Mumphrey gets the ball. He gets a little bit of a space between left guard and left tackle and just powers his way for 11 yards and a first down to the 39.
Buster Mumphrey is busting his way through the line of scrimmage back right now as he just ran for 10 yards to get us a first down to move the chains.
Yeah, they backed it up to 10, not 11. So at the 40, it's still a first down. Mumphrey, same play again. They're going to go for about 4, maybe 5. They'll stop him at the 36-yard line for a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Got some substitutions coming in. You got Boosie coming in. You got Mason coming in as well, trying to give these tight ends a break. Going to spread it out a little bit here, try to get us going in space.
Offensive line, a little change. Alex Lopez in there at right guard after Jamorian George was ejected in the first half. Waiting for Kiefer Doxey to set up far left. Here comes the fake. It's a play action. That's caught out in the flat again. Mason Washington this time, as he's going to get down to about the 16-yard line for another Lobo first down.
Love the play call there, play action there. Getting Mason coming out of the backfield, being able to flare it out to him real quick. The bust for a big gain there that brings it inside of the red zone, giving us the ball on the 15-yard line. Love this first half or this third quarter that we're coming out with right now. We've got 35 yards of good plays going right now.
21 yards on that completion. Marshall trying to get a lineman in, and the Lobos are waiting on him. I don't know why.
Well, because we substituted.
All right. They got the official standing over the ball now. There it is. Handoff again. Mumphrey up the middle. Couple of yards to about the 13. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, when we substitute, you got to give the defense the opportunity to substitute as well. And that referee stood over and wasn't going to let us snap the ball.
Yeah, that big defensive lineman stopped. Number 99 just stopped just about before he got to the line of scrimmage. Like, can I come in or not? And they went, yeah, you come on. That's Breon Williams, a 318-pound sophomore. And there is a Maverick down at about the 10-yard line. So we've got that. We'll reset the Lobo offense for you. Well, we've got a timeout. Fernando Longoria, the left tackle. Cedric Reitner, the left guard. Eddie McMillan at center. Again, Alex Lopez has checked into the game in the end of the first half. Beckett Cox, the other lineman, he's the right tackle. Bryant Williams, the tight end. He and Donovan Denmark have been splitting time at tight end. Dede Williams, Jordan Hobbs, Kiefer Doxey, Dejayan Owens. I've been the wide receiver set. And, of course, Boosie Washington, Javorian Pereira, Mason Washington, Buster Humphrey have all gotten carries in this game. And Maverick Rowe, so far, has yet to throw an incomplete. He is 6 for 6 for 73 yards.
Been playing a heck of a game when it's coming to throwing.
Give it to Mumphrey again, and Mumphrey's going backward as he gets grabbed by Cordray Wilbert, who had a big first half with a couple of fumble recoveries in the half. He was also Javante Robertson in there on the tackle, and so it brings up third down and 10.
Yeah, that was just a blitz call there from Marshall. That Mike Backer just ran straight over the A gap, and he was able to make a play there. Maverick, that wasn't Maverick's read key, so he didn't see it, or he wasn't paying attention to that. He was just reading his key and saw the defensive end settling for him, and so he gave the ball up and then was able to get a tackle for loss.
Williams out wide right. Doxey in the slot, Rowe back to pass. Going deep for Williams, and he'll make the catch for the touchdown from 15 yards away. Touchdown, Lobos!
And Maverick is still 100% from passing. They're able to find a big fade route, your big target, and Dede Williams, the two-way athlete, your basketball player, able to come down there with that jump ball for a touchdown and get the Lobos up by 2 scores.
And I tell you what, he didn't sell the pass was coming to him early, and that means he didn't give the corner a chance to turn around and look for it. He kind of kept his hands down, and until that ball got to him, he put him up for the score. That's really good play by his wide receiver as Maverick Rowe gets his second touchdown of the game.
Excellent job there by Dede Williams getting his first score of the year, playing that ball just like a basketball player, going up for a rebound, high-pointed it, and made sure he sealed that defender off from not being able to get that ball away to get us up.
Point after by Mitchell is up and good. 21-7. Lobos will take a timeout. It comes with 8:57 to play in the third quarter. 21-7 Longview with the lead here on Game Day.
And now at Orr, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at Orr Cadillac GMC in Longview.
All right, welcome back. Here's your reminder. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by CableLynx of Longview and Zaxby's. And Zaxby's wants to shout out Go Lobos, invite you to try their kickin' chicken. By the way, Keaton's, I think, maybe their favorite customer ever.
By far, man. I love me some Zaxby's, man, so I really appreciate them guys jumping on board. Man, if you guys are in town, how about you guys just grab your phone, grab your tablet, go to Zaxby's right now. Tell them Keaton sent you, and also tell them Go Lobos.
CableLynx broadband by Longview Cable as well gives you the power to manage your Wi-Fi network with their CableLynx Command IQ app. Visit them at CableLynx.com/blast for more information. That one, a 6-play, 50-yard drive. Lobos have scored on their last 3 drives, 29, 49, and 50 yards to take a 21-7 lead. Dre Mitchell's kick is going to come down to about the 5-yard line. That's Gaston trying to go all the way across the field. He breaks a tackle and gets taken down at about the 15. And a couple of Lobos collided, and they're both slow getting up.
Excellent kickoff coverage there. Making the Marshall Maverick returner run sideways, not getting any yards. Making them start from the 15 or inside the 20 is ideal starting position for your defense. But hate to see 2 players getting down, but hopefully they'll get up soon. We got one up.
One up, the other one not so much. I think they collided grabbing onto Gaston and then kind of hit each other on the collision. Ball's going to be at the 15-yard line.
Can't make out who it is that's on the ground, but hate to see anybody, whether it's our team or the opposing team, getting hurt. Hopefully he'll be okay. If with him being a Lobo, I know he's tough, and I know he's going to be just fine.
Lobos now with 16 first downs, 167 yards on the ground, 88 through the air. And again, a perfect afternoon/evening so far for Maverick Row. Marshall with just 3 first downs still in this game. They have been, with the exception of one drive, they have really been shut down by this Lobo defense.
Yeah, Longview has played great for majority of this game. Other than that one drive, I believe it was the 3rd drive of the game, gave up a big 3rd down run by the quarterback, gave up another run by the running back. If you take away those 2 plays, I believe they probably got less than 40 yards rushing, but other than those 2 plays.
Well, they did this to Tyler last week. Tyler had one big long run for about 84, 85 yards for a touchdown. Other than that, they had 24 carries and 63 yards the rest of the game. Marshall just dominated the line of scrimmage last week against the Lions. This week, it's kind of been the other way around. They've had struggles dealing with the Lobo defense. And, of course, that interception that Alton Henderson threw to Brendan Reese in the second quarter really was kind of a changer of momentum in this game. After Rowe had fumbled inside the 15-yard line, looked like this was going to go back the other way. There had been a penalty on the Lobos on top of the fumble, and on the first play, Alton Henderson threw that interception that Reese kind of jumped that route, got the pick, and everything's been downhill for the Mavericks ever since.
Reese is showing you why he's a coveted Division I athlete, a perennial potential Division I athlete, why he has a lot of schools coming after him right now. He was able to make a play. Normally been making tackles, but he was showing he has good ball skills, good vision, good coverage ability to be able to get that interception for us.
All right, first down for the Mavericks, and just great speed again by that Lobo defense. This time, I believe that's Brian Peoples again that got out there and made the tackle out in space, just nothing doing, and it's going to be a loss of a yard.
Excellent job there by Peoples, keeping the quarterback contained as he was trying to get outside. Looked like it was a botched snap. Can't tell exactly what happened there, but Peoples was able to make a play, make him run sideline, and come up with a loss of 1 yard.
And again, behind the chains is not where the Mavericks want to be. 2nd down and 11. Gaston in the backfield. He's going to get the ball going left and carries a guy with him to about the 18-yard line, maybe the 19 as he gains 5, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6, 3rd and long here. is where you want to be able to make your money at on defense. Being able to get them off the field, especially in great field position, knowing that they don't have really a good punter. You want to be able to give up a stop here, make them go 3 and out to start this half, and then give us great field position to be able to go down and put points up.
And you kind of feel like the Lobo offense is starting to wear down the Maverick defense.
Yes, sir.
It was 3 consecutive drives, and granted, one of them was 29 yards. But they have kind of imposed their will offensively against this Maverick defense. Henderson out of the pistol. He's got Gaston next to him. He'll roll to his right. Pressure coming. Throws it out. Caught by Sims, but he's not going to get near the first down as, again, that Lobo defense closed so quickly. This time getting out there is number 9 for Longview. I got to quick and flip my thing here, and that's Houston Rowe who got out there to make that tackle, and that's a 1-yard gain, and it's 4th down and 5.
Yeah, Rowe did an excellent job there by being in coverage. If Rowe sounds familiar, that is Maverick's Rowe, younger brother, being able to come in and come down and be able to make a play along with a host of other Lobos. I saw Brendan Reese coming in to force him out of bounds as well, too.
So back deep, Robert White at the 50. Grimaldo, who's not punted well so far tonight. Ball comes loose. It's still on the ground, and it's going to be Lobo ball in the turnover. They didn't get the ball, but it was 4th down, and so Longview's going to take over at the 15-yard line as Grimaldo basically dropped the snap.
Works as a turnover to me. Grimaldo drops the snap. When they able to pick it up, it was going to be a turnover anyway. Longview's ball inside of the 20-yard line puts us in the red zone. Let's go and put some more points back up on the board.
So ball with a very short field at the 15-yard line. And why not?
On the fumble recovery, sets up shop at the 16-yard.
1st down and 10 at the 15. Handoff Mumphrey looking for some space, and he'll get down to about the 12-yard line for a gain of 3.
Excellent run there. Just getting positive yards there. Not being able to break off a big game, but you're still putting yourself in a situation where you're positive, getting yourself positive runs here. Got to look for Marshall to be they're in a situation where they're down 14. They're going to try to start sending some pressure at us, try to get us to cause a turnover, to try to get the offense the ball back.
So 2nd down and 7. Lobos at the 12-yard line. They've already got a 2-touchdown lead. Mumphrey again, still churning those legs inside the 10 down to about the 7 for a gain of 5 more.
This man that's been running the ball with a mission tonight. He's making grown man decision, and he's challenging everybody that's trying to tackle him to make sure they bring all their weight with them.
So a couple of runs. We've got a 3rd down and a Longview Lobo lineman hobbling off the field. I think that may be Lopez, who had come in relief because of the ejection of Jamorian George. So I believe Demarion Pickren just checked into the game. 3rd down and about 2. Back to the ground. This time Mason Washington, who's about a yard shy of the 1st down at the 6.
Looks like he's short of the 1st down. Is going to bring up 4th and 1 or a long 1 or 2. Longview is not trying to kick the ball here. Being up 2 scores here, we're going to try to establish our dominance as we've been doing all night and try to get us a 1st down.
So ball sitting at the 6-yard line. Another score would make it basically a 3-score game. But you also, if you don't get it, you keep Marshall way back down deep in the danger of their own end zone. Go to the ground, trying to go wide, still fighting for it. Mason's not going to get there. We got a flag though, there, and it may be a face mask on Marshall that bailed out the Lobos.
Yes, sir. So 1st down looked like it was going to be in Longview's favor. Even though we didn't get that, it was a face mask, which is automatic 1st down. It's going to put us at 1st and goal.
They had him stopped. He broke a couple of tackles and just couldn't get his shoulder square to go forward. So they'll move the thing up to about the 3-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and goal. Well, it's not the way you drew it up necessarily, but you'll take that.
You'll definitely take that. Any way that you can get a first down and be able to get a potential to put this lead even bigger.
So the Lobos with a first down at the 3. Clock stops with 4:16 left here in the third. Back to the ground, up the middle, and powering into the end zone for the touchdown. The Lobos go up 27-7 as Boosie Washington picks up his second score of the game.
For the second consecutive week, he's in the end zone to put the Lobos up by 20. It's almost time to put this game away from the Lobos. Love to see the defense come out here to get another stop as soon as they get back out there on the field.
4:13 left to play in the quarter. That's 4 consecutive drives for the Lobos, 2 of them under 30 yards, but you take them nonetheless. Dre Mitchell on for the point after try to make this 28-7. Here's the kick. It's up. It's good. Lobos by 3 scores. We'll take a timeout. 4:13 left to play in the third. Longview 28, Marshall 7. You're watching Longview Game Day. And welcome back. All right, Lobo fans, we were all a little bit down in the mouth. I don't know, about 8:15-ish, 8 o'clock this evening. It's about 9:15 now. Boy, what an hour can do for you. 28-7 Lobos. We were all fussy, we were all complaining, we're all grumbling. Now we're a little bit happier.
Yeah, as I'm looking out across the way here, I see Marshall folks already walking out here leaving.
Oh, boy, look at this. I'll tell you what, give it up for special teams. They have been outstanding tonight. I don't mean to jinx that, but I don't know if they've gotten a kick return out past the 25-yard line at all this evening.
Excellent kickoff coverage there by these Lobos. These guys are running down there with a purpose and with a passion, and that's to be able to inflict their will on these Marshall Mavericks, and they're doing an excellent job of doing that by not giving them any type of good starting field position tonight.
And let's give some credit to Dre Mitchell. The kicks are going high, and that's giving those Lobo coverage guys time to get down the field. They're down there at the 13-yard line, and Gadsden's a pretty darn good guy. We saw him break tackles in the first half. Dre Mitchell's doing an outstanding job with height on those kickoffs. We'll give it up for Josh Rankin, the special teams coach. First down, back to the ground they go to Isaiah Bush, who goes for maybe 3 to the 16, maybe the 17-yard line.
Playing with this lead here, these Longview Lobos, especially the front 4, the front 7, are playing with their hats on fire right now. They're playing with some aggression. They're going out there and making their presence being felt, and they're just flying around playing football.
A little bit quicker pace this time for the Mavericks. Oh boy, big hit at about the 17, 18-yard line as Gadsden gets a couple yards. Here comes another late flag.
I believe that was Morrow that laid the big hit. Case and Brooks was the first to be able to get to that tackle, and then next thing you know, the big-time game against Sock coming in, and you want to make sure you have all hands on deck to be able to play that game.
So they move it up to the 34-yard line. It's kind of a weird spot for that. It looked like at the end of that play they were at about, well, I guess that's about right, 15 yards. That's about right. So it's first down at the 34-yard line. Henderson back to pass. He's looking home run ball. Got a man deep. That's Sims and just misses him. Well, Sims ran away from the corner over there, who did not stay with him for long. That's Rowe over there. Sims got way out in front of him, but the pass was a little bit long.
My goodness, number 5 for Marshall. He can sure fly. I watched him last week against Tyler team catch a reverse, right before that first half was over with. He took it to the house. So as a kid, you got to watch for his speed. As you can see, he was almost able to, he got behind Peoples, and he was almost able to catch that ball and go score.
So it's 2nd down and 10. First time really Marshall's gone for a home run chance. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line. Henderson, handoff to Bush. Gets a little space. He's gone to the 40, the 35, and finally drugged down at the 32-yard line for a first down.
Don't like the angle that the safety took coming downhill, playing. You got to be playing outside in. What I mean by that is making everything bounce in. Instead, he played inside out. The defender, the running back, number 22, was able to bounce on the outside. And when you do that, he's running away from all.
Scores. 2:56 left to play in the third. Handoff to Gatson this time, and Gatson dances away from one defender, gets to the 28-yard line for a gain of 3.
Good job there by being able to make him bounce a little bit, make him find some room. He was able to get a gain of 3, but you didn't make it an easy 3 at all. It made him have to work for it.
2nd down and 7. Third quarter is counting down as we're going to be coming up on about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left when they snap the ball. Maverick's going to split both receivers right as Henderson's in the gun. And he'll fake the handoff, keep it himself. Got a little lane, but didn't get very far as he got taken down at the 25-yard line. That is, of course, Kason Brooks on the tackle, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Excellent open field tackle there by Kason Brooks, being able to scrape off of the offensive lineman to be able to make that play there to bring up a 3rd down. Good tackle in the open field there by him.
1:53 left to play in the quarter. 3rd down. We got to be careful when we end the quarter. We make sure they don't get extra downs. That's what happened to us last week in Lufkin.
True, that's true.
Get a first down at the 21, so 3rd down and 3. Handoff, Gatson. Boy, that thing got submarine in a hurry. He fell over his offensive lineman, and now again we got some after-the-play extracurriculars. I didn't see who blew that up on the bottom of that pile, but we got such a push.
Yeah.
They pushed the offensive lineman back, and Gatson gets no gain on the play, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, that was an excellent job there by a lineman up front. The guard that was trying to pull to be able to create room for the running back, he was stuffed immediately. Gatson wasn't able to get any yards as he was tackled by his lineman to bring up 4th down.
Jamorian Jones coming into the game. Going to add another defensive lineman. 4th down and 3. Mavericks are going to go for it here as we're under a minute left to play in the quarter. And before we can get going, timeout Marshall.
I believe the play clock ran down on them, so instead of taking a penalty, they took a timeout instead.
We'll stay here during the timeout as we are about a minute left from the end of the third quarter. This is, I'm going to say big play, obviously, for Marshall. If you don't get this, you are probably in the midst of being blown out. This is your chance to at least keep this game close.
Yeah, this is a big play for them. They need everything that they're playing for in this game is dependent on this play right here. I know it's not just one play, but this is a pivotal play for them to convert, to be able to keep their hopes alive, to be able to stay within this game, to hopefully get some points on this drive here.
And you know that John Barry, I'm sure at halftime, made it a point of they don't get any more points.
Absolutely right.
And so that's kind of where we are here. We're on a pride thing right now for the Lobos with a 28-7 lead. No more points means they don't get to convert, which even if they get this, they still have to get to the end zone.
Yeah, I've been knowing Coach Barry for a long time, going on 20 years, and he's one of those coaches. He always say, as long as we score 3 points, we should win every game we play.
Well, we would have needed 4 last week.
That's
How about
true.
that?
That's true.
All right, so 4th and 3. Henderson going to keep it himself, trying to go to his left. He's got the first down, and he dives across the 15 to the 14 for a gain of 10.
A lot of times you don't really account for the quarterback here, and so that's one thing we didn't do there. That was a quarterback zone read. He just took it himself, just give whatever he can, just pick up the first down, and that's exactly what they did to put them inside of the red zone.
Well, and the smart part about that play is you then use your running back as your extra blocker. where, like you say, you don't necessarily account for the quarterback, but now he's got an extra blocker in front of him.
Absolutely right.
So first down at the 13-yard line. We're down to 19 seconds left to play in the quarter. Handoff Bush, and he's upended at about the 10. Ball comes out, and I think a lineman for the Mavericks got back on top of it.
The head referee, the one in the white cap, he calls him down immediately, so ground cannot cause the fumble.
Actually, the tight end, their backup tight end, is the one that got on that, but it didn't matter. It was down at the 10-yard line. So Bush goes for about 3, and that's going to end the quarter. Well, it was a pretty nice quarter for the Lobos. They pick up a couple touchdowns. They expand the lead out to 28-7, and we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back for the beginning of the fourth quarter when we return here on Longview Game Day.
Hi, I am Emily Kidwell-Ramey, Longview's local independent insurance agent. I specialize in home, auto, life, and commercial. I'd be more than happy to help you with any of your insurance needs. And go Lobos.
Remember, students, after 25 minutes.
All righty, welcome back. Fourth quarter about to start. Reminding you this broadcast tonight brought to you by the folks at CableLynx by Longview Cable and Zaxby's. CableLynx, broadband by Longview Cable, giving you the power to manage your Wi-Fi network with CableLynx Command, the IQ app. Visit CableLynx.com/blast for more information. And if you're hungry and you're in Longview, you can listen to the game, you can watch the game, you can get in your car, you can go to Zaxby's over at 4th and Hawkins, get you some kickin' chicken, and be satisfied as the Lobos finish off the Mavericks. Fourth quarter starting now.
Trust me, you would not be disappointed. Go see those guys over there at Zaxby's and tell them, go Lobos.
All right, so we start the fourth quarter. Ball at the 10-yard line. It's 2nd down and 7 from the 10. Henderson again keeping it himself. This time he's going nowhere. Hello, Mr. Brendan Reese.
It is nice to meet you. Excellent tackle there by him, scraping off the blockers, getting the tackle for the loss, making sure that quarterback don't get any room to run.
He lost 2 on the play, so 3rd down. They got to get to the 13 for a first. Actually, yeah, 13 for a first. They got to get to the 3, rather, for a first down. They were set at the 13 on their last first down. So 3rd down and 9 coming up. Receiver's going to split left for the Mavs this time. Watch Sims in the slot. They're going to hand off instead. Nothing doing. Morrow, the first guy there. And it'll bring up 4th down.
Knowing that this was 4th down territory, Marshall elected not to pass. Instead, they ran it for a gain of maybe 1 yard, if that, to bring up 4th and 9, 4th and 8.
Well, all right, Coach. You got to have a 4th down and 9 in your pocket someplace with a short field and a Lobo defense that knows you got to throw the football. Last time they converted on a quarterback out of the pistol following his tailback. This time they're going to go quarterback under center. His receiver's to the right. He's rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep toward the back of the end zone. Little high for everybody, and it's incomplete, and the Lobos will get it back.
Excellent job there by bending but not breaking, not giving up any points there. Marshall drove the ball from their 15-yard line, drove it all the way down the field on us, but they did not come up with any points. So excellent job there by the defense coming up with the stop, pretty much putting this game out of hand, and let's see how Longview can run the ball and run and control this quarter.
Henderson 3 of 10 for 15 yards. We were a little bit curious starting this year with this young secondary. How would they hold up? Only Peoples had a varsity experience last year. Everybody else was basically new and replacing 3-year starters all over the place.
It's tough, but man, these guys right now are playing better this week, and then you're going to see constant progression from these guys.
First down, handoff up the middle, maybe the 14-yard line, gain of a couple for Boosie. 2nd down and 8.
Tough run there, but we know, Marshall knows that we're our bread and butter is running the ball, and we're going to try to get out of here by that. And so they're gonna do whatever they can to try to stop us.
Washington 74 yards on 15 carries, 2 touchdowns. Mumphrey's got 62 yards on 14 carries. Back to Boosie again. Stumbled a little bit again coming to the line of scrimmage. Got a few yards, maybe the 17-yard line. And now you're going to have 3rd down coming up in about 6, maybe 7. Yeah, they marked him down on the 16-yard line.
Couple tough runs there back to back here. Brings up 3rd and 6 here. 3rd and long for us right now. See what Coach King is going to call here on this 3rd down.
All right, on 3rd and 6, blitz coming. Lobos go to the ground and backing to near the 24-yard line. And I think that's going to be enough for the 1st down. Buster Mumphrey, he needed the 13. He backed up, he needed the 23. He got to the 24, and they'll move the chains.
And I'm over here shaking my head because I'm not surprised. Give the ball to Buster. He's been running the ball hard for us tonight. Somebody that doesn't have a touchdown tonight, but he is running the ball hard, and he is making his presence being felt every time he carries the ball.
1st down, 24-yard line, 8:45 left. Pitch going left. Boosie looking for a little lane. Got the 30, 35, 40, and gets taken down out of bounds. Here comes a late flag again on the tackle out of bounds as he was knocked out at the 44-yard line.
You can absolutely tack on 15 more yards after that run. Excellent job there. Excellent toss call there by Coach King, getting Boosie on the outside edge. Once he got to the sideline, it was pretty much coming to track meet. The defender tackling him with the horse collar out of bounds, which is going to give us 15 yards and put the ball in Marshall's territory.
So he went for 20. They'll tack on 15 more and move the ball down to the Marshall 41-yard line.
Back-to-back 1st downs there by the Lobos. Puts us right there outside of a 40-yard line. And, man, we made some starting, I believe, about the 15-yard line. We made this drive look pretty easy.
So starting back inside the 15, it's now at the 41. 1st down and 10. 28-7, Lobos leading. Rowe back to pass, looking deep. He's got a man back there. Ball is incomplete, and there comes a late flag on that one.
Excellent job there by Rowe being able to find the open receiver. All right, so back to yourself. This is more the Lobos that I was expecting to see. Last week, that was a very uncharacteristic. I had a lot of people reaching out to me, panicking in a sense, and I just didn't panic at all. I know Coach King is going to figure out his offense, figure out his team. He's going to put his thumbprint. He's going to put his hands all over on this team, and they're going to be able to weather whatever ailment that they played with last week.
And we don't want to take credit from Chris Valerie, the OC.
Not at all.
Who's calling the plays here. 1st down, handoff, 24-yard line, gain of a couple. I think that was Mumphrey on the tackle. Let's see. Yep, Buster with a couple more yards on the carry for 2.
Students, if you need a ride, call your parent or your ride now.
So 2nd down and 8 minutes left to play. Aided on this drive by 30 yards worth of penalties. Mumphrey on the evening now, up to 72 yards. Boosie's got 96. Mumphrey with another carry, only about a yard, maybe 2 on that one. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. Ball's going to be placed at about the 22-yard line.
Again, 3rd and 6 here. Last time we was in this situation, we gave the ball to Buster. Buster was able to run off 7 yards to be able to get this drive going. Love to see us try to cap off this drive and get us another 1st down by implementing our will with the running game.
Donovan Denmark in at tight end. John Owens in the slot. And we got another timeout. Boy, Coach King's hot. He threw down everything he was holding. His papers, his pen. He's lucky he didn't throw down the headset. That may be going next.
Yeah,
he was mad about something that was happening there, and he had to take a timeout. It comes with 7:15 left to play in the ball game.
He had the play that they wanted called up but something just wasn't right. And, man, we had to suffer and call a timeout there.
That's about as mad as I've seen him in 4 years. He took about a half dozen steps onto the field. The papers went first. The pen went second. And I don't want to be the guy on the other end of that little ire.
No, you definitely don't want to be on the other end of that, because once you get in Coach King's doghouse, it's going to be hard to get out of it. It's going to be a lot of yelling before you can get yourself out of that.
If I'm Jamori and George, I'm hoping it's somebody else out there that's getting in the doghouse too.
Yeah, because, man, I hate to have to beat him in practice coming up this week.
He's going to spend some time. I don't know. What's he going to? He may be dog crawling across the field. There's no telling.
Yeah, I guarantee you, he's going to be getting his feet moving a whole lot. He's going to probably have a lot of belly flops to be doing. Yeah. He's going to get your attention one way or another.
So they burn the timeout. 7:15 left to play here in the game. 3rd down and 6 now at the 22-yard line. Back to pass, Rowe. Started looking left, now right. And fakes, breaks a tackle. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Lobos!
Make a play, young man, make a play. Maverick Rowe with a pump fake. Didn't see what he liked. Was able to take off and run, made the defender miss. Being able to stop a little bit and adjust his helmet and then go score. Touchdown Lobos, put us up by 20. Hopefully if we make this field goal, put us up by 28.
There's another flag.
Oh, man.
Another one comes out. Chippy is the word you'll use, and they're still talking some trash back and forth.
This is a characteristic of this is a recipe of what you expect when you get two teams that don't like each other. When they play each other, you're going to get, when one team is whooping them, they're going to talk and let you know about it. Marshall, who's been on the other end, on the other side of this for far too long, is gonna try to fight us in one way or another.
Well, they won big last week over Tyler. They came in here kind of talking like this may be a chance year to beat the Lobos. And instead, it's kind of like watching Georgia and Clemson last week.
Yeah.
For a half, Clemson hung around, but you could just tell they just were not as good a team as Georgia. And the same thing, I think, happened here. For a quarter and a half, Marshall hung around with Longview, but as soon as things started to go bad, they went bad in a hurry for the Mavericks.
Absolutely right. You heard more talk from Marshall fans, more so this year, because they're coming off a big win. They saw that we struggled a little bit in our opening week. So they felt like if they had a chance to beat us within the last few years, this is the best time to do it.
We'll take the timeout. We'll come back for the kickoff. 35-7. Lobos with the lead here on Game Day.
The Lobos store has been a mainstay of our football program for many, many years. It's important to us because it gives our fans a place to go to get merchandise. They want to wear the games and different events, but also the Lobos store creates money for our booster club. And all that money, 100% of that money goes towards our kids. So please go support the Lobos store. It's a great place to meet up and socialize, buying tickets for the week or for the season, and they look forward to seeing you.
35-7 the score. Lobos went 88 yards in 8 plays, 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Ends with Maverick Rowe's first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lobos have put together a 237-yard on the ground, 88 yards through the air. And that 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty on the touchdown is going to be added here to the kickoff, which you would expect Dre Mitchell's just going to boot this out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, either that or just get a sky kick, and let's just see how this Marshall team is gonna return the ball.
Lobos scored 2 late touchdowns in the second quarter and have scored on every drive since the first one of those. 5 straight drives. This one out of the back of the end zone. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Longview offense has done an excellent job to start this second half. The Longview defense has been great the whole way through tonight, other than one drive. So shout out to Coach King and his Longview offense and the Longview defense being able to get it together. Actually, all 3 phases tonight have played excellent tonight for the Lobos.
They gave up a 77-yard drive in the second quarter. That's it. And they have giving up a total of 146 yards of offense. So more than half of it, or I guess just about half of it, came on that one drive. Actually, more than half of it came on that one drive. Since then, they have held the Mavericks to around 60 yards of total offense. And now up 35-7. They got defenders all coming forward. Bush gets to the line of scrimmage. That's all 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Longview defense is flying right now, playing downhill, being able to make Marshall just suffer for a minimal gain there as to make it 2nd and long.
So 2nd down and 9. Bush with 1 yard on the carry. Clock still rolling now. We've got a little bit of a storm front coming our way. They don't need to fool around. 6.5 minutes left in this game. Maverick fans have already headed for the house. This one squeezed out to about the 30-yard line. Gain of a couple by Bush. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there by Marshall. They, a lot of these fans have seen enough. They're getting out of here as quick as they can right now. They don't want to see this game get out of hand as what it's already starting to do.
Brendan Reese checking out of the game for Longview as they're flipping in different players now defensively. Caden Dixon just checked into the game for Longview. He'll be on the corner out here. 3rd down and 5. Alton Henderson, and here we go. We got whistles and probably another timeout. Let's see what we got. Yep, timeout Marshall comes with 5:43 left to play. 35-7, Lobos with the lead. We'll stay here during the break, and we'll give you again a recap of this one, and then remind you next week we finally get back home. It seems like forever. Since the first round of the playoffs, Lobos have not been home. So early November, it's been almost 10 full months. And you get home finally next Friday, and you get a great matchup with South Oak Cliff coming in to Lobo next Friday night.
And I challenge all of you Lobo fans to make sure you get there loud. Get there early, get there and be loud. You haven't seen your Longview Lobos play at home in a long time. I suspect you guys need to get down there and show them your excitement. Then you're happy to be there and want to make it loud for these South Oak Cliff Bears as loud as you can.
Well, we're going in with a 2-0 record. You won 2 rivalry games in 2 weeks, and then you get a brand new opponent you've never seen before.
Yeah.
114 times for Marshall, 0 times for South Oak Cliff.
Yes, you got a team that's coming in with a lot of speed, a lot of talent. They're not going to be scared of us, and man, we're not going to be scared of them too. So we need to show up and play. We need you guys in the place.
Anderson keeping it on 3rd down. He got 2 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and 4. As he just couldn't find anybody open down the field, and it's kind of been that way all night tonight.
4th down here. It looks like Marshall is going to punt the ball.
Midway through the 2nd quarter, you could be a little nervous if you were a Lobo fan, thinking, uh-oh, are they going to end the streak? Here, 5 drives later, the Lobos have left no doubt with a 35-7 lead. They'll put nobody back deep. They're not going to let the Mavericks try to fake this thing. Romaldo punting this one, and he will kick it middle of the field, which early in the game, that would have meant probably a big deal. This time, it just rolls dead at the 22-yard line. And so the clock will stop with 5:22 left to play as we flip teams having possession, and Longview's going to take over.
That was definitely his best punt of the night as he was able to flip field positions there, but that comes a little bit too late as this game is pretty much out of reach with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left to go.
Well, you can expect a heavy dose of running the football for the last 5:22 for the Lobos. And they have done it well tonight. Again, 237 yards on the ground on 44 carries. And we're going to get, I think, some new folks on the field. And it looks like brand new quarterback.
Brand new quarterback, brand new team.
Yep.
I'm going to head down and try to give me some interviews a little bit earlier before this storm and everything comes. Chuck, I enjoyed this as always.
We'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday. Go Lobos.
Trey Hamilton in there at quarterback. 1st down, it's a handoff up the middle. It will result in a gain up to about the 33-yard line, where it's going to bring up second down. And I think the Lobos are emptying the bench now, bringing folks in. First, we get our look at Trey Hamilton. I believe that was Kylan Cummings on the carry that time for Longview. So gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 coming up. Oh, actually, they picked up the first down. It was a 10-yard gain. All right, try it again. And that's going to be Pereira, who will get to the 35-yard line, gain of 2.
And for those of you watching on Facebook, the network we're on is a little unreliable, so if we've dropped a few frames and you come back with us, that's we apologize, out of our control. We're doing the best we can. Hope you guys have enjoyed what we've been able to do for you. If you could only see what it took to get this on air, you would it would blow your minds.
You would shudder. That's what you would do. You would shudder.
I've earned my paycheck this week.
Of course, that's the voice of Frank Sides, the baseball and basketball play-by-play guy for Longview here on Longview Game Day. And for not much, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Again, the Lobos not being cute here. Very little. As Pereira got no gain, it'll bring up 3rd down. They've got to get to the 43-yard line, so 3rd down and about 7.
I don't know if we'll throw here or not, Chuck, but it'd be a good chance to see Trey Hamilton's arm. I see him in practice and in spring. This young man is physically gifted and got a bright future ahead of him. But he's young. He's going to make some mistakes.
He is highly touted. He is certainly got a pedigree, the 6'1", 200-pound sophomore.
I've seen him throw across his body 45 yards effortlessly.
He's going to get a chance here. Back to pass. Got a guy wide open. Here comes the pass. And on the money. The first pass of his high school varsity career. And how about a touchdown to Chase Peterson. And the Lobos get 7 more on Hamilton's coming out party to the house from 63 yards away to make it 41-7.
On cue, my man. Trey, I know you're going to watch this. What a ball, young man. Hit him on the run. Unbelievable.
It almost looked like he threw it a little too far.
Effortlessly.
Peterson caught up with it and gets the touchdown. And here we are now with the point after good. 42-7 the lead. We'll take a timeout. We're coming right back to Longview Game Day.
And now at OR, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at OR Cadillac GMC in Longview.
Welcome back. Frank Size joining Chuck Zach as Keaton heads down to sideline. I'm going to bring us back from commercial, Chuck, since you're over there finishing up doing your thing on your iPad.
The drive, by the way, the 6th scoring drive in a row for the Lobos. That one, a handful of plays, 4 plays, 85 yards, and the touch, actually 78 yards and the touchdown. And how about Trey Hamilton? You don't want to throw any more. He's a perfect passing rating, 1 for 1, 63 yards and a touchdown.
That's it. Move the tight end. You're the all-time Longview High School completion percentage leader.
I don't think anybody out there listening wants that to be the move.
QB rating, completion percentage, you are the all-time leader at this moment, young man.
Well, 42-7. Lobos with 42 unanswered points.
Unbelievable.
It took him a little while to get going. This is a huge confidence boost, you would think, for an offense that only got a touchdown last week on a basically broken play fumble recovery run by Boosie to end the first half. This team against Marshall anyway. Well, I'll tell you what, that ball may or may not be. Oh,
whoa.
He had 1 foot in the playing field and 1 foot in the end zone and then backed up into the end zone to down that thing. And it took the official a long time to signal that was actually going to be a touchback and coming out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and after last week and the first half tonight, for the first time in our 4 years of doing this, Chuck, the Lobo fans at halftime had a look on their face that I'm not used to seeing around here. There was some concern, but I think that's been alleviated with this second half.
Well, I don't know about alleviated. I think you still feel like the first quarter and a half makes you a little nervous if that's who you are. And you got to consider it's still the Mavericks that you're playing here. If this was against Sock next week, I think we'd all be giddy. Right now it's still a reminder of this is still a team that's down in classification, a full level behind you. You're 6A now, they're 5A Division II. And that's still the reality of this. But it's encouraging to see a couple of things. Some play calling that brought out a little bit of creativity. The debut of Trey Hamilton. The combined running game of Washington and Mumphrey. It looks like we're going to have back-to-back penalties. We can't even get the last 2.5 minutes out of the way, as we've had a penalty on the Lobos for offside and then another one for offside. So back-to-back 5-yard penalties on the Lobos gives a first down to Marshall.
And there is an absolutely massive storm cell headed this way, Chuck. So when we end tonight, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time wrapping things up. We got to get our equipment protected.
All right. Well, as soon as it's over, we'll say goodnight, Irene. How about
Fair
that?
enough. No, I was talking to the Lobo faithful, letting them know we're going to cut it short a little bit tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in and sharing the feed, although there may have been 10 different feeds because the internet occasionally going kaput on us.
Either way, we've done what we can to get you a game, and next week we're actually going to be inside at Lobo, and we'll have replays and everything next week.
Sure. Won't be a problem.
It's the full Monty next week. And they've got their second quarterback in the game to the Mavericks. He'll hand the ball off, and that's Lias on the carry. Spins away from one guy and across the 45 for a first down. Their quarterback is Jack Weaver, the sophomore. And the tailback carrying it right there was Keontae Lias, the 157-pound senior. So the streak will continue. Lobos will now have won 9 in a row in this series. They will move on game 114 in the series to a lead of 67-42 with 5 ties. And they'll move to 2-0 on the season. Weaver back to pass, throws, and that one's intercepted. Picked off at the 43-yard line. Lobos come up with another interception.
19.
And this time for Longview, number 19 is Mason Booker, who gets the interception.
Young man taking advantage of his playing time here in a route. Made a good move on that ball and went up and high-pointed it, and it's Lobo football.
So they'll get the ball back at the 43-yard line.
A minute left, and I suspect we're a play away from seeing our favorite formation, Chuck.
On first down, Hamilton to hand off. Pereira to the 50, and that's about where that one's going to end, as we're under a minute left to play.
One last time, I want to give a shout out to CableLynx, Longview Cable, and Zaxby's for helping us bring this one to you tonight. The game sponsors. If you want to be a game sponsor next week, visit the page and shoot the email address there. An email. We'll get you hooked up. A lot of eyes on these, especially next week, Chuck.
Oh,
the
it'll
whole
be huge.
state of Texas is going to be watching.
Huge next week. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be probably the last play of this game, as it's run down to about the 43-yard line for Coach John King, who 2 years ago got his 200th win when he beat Marshall 48-11. Now has win number 224. That ties him with Lee Fedora, who won a couple of state titles at Navasota. And Longview's going to win this one 42-7 to go to 2-0 on the year. And a quick stat recap for everybody. Longview with 25 first downs, 264 yards on the ground, 151 through the air. They were 8 of 13 on third downs. For Marshall, 8 first downs, 148 yards rushing, and 15 yards passing on just 3 of 11. Stat leaders tonight running the ball. For Longview, 96 yards for Boosie with 2 touchdowns. Buster had 74 yards. Maverick Rowe had 50 yards and 1 score. For the Mavericks, it was Isaiah Bush, 10 carries, 56 yards. Samaj Gaston, 10 carries for 45 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving the ball for the Lobos, Jace Peterson, 1 catch, 63-yard touchdown. Didi had 2 for 31 and a touchdown. And DeJean Owens, 2 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown. Lobos win this one going away. 42-7 the final. We'll sign off for Longview game day. We'll see you next Friday back at Longview as South Oak Cliff comes in for week number 3. You guys take care. For Keaton Daniels, Frank Sides, and our crew, so long.